Hello friends, welcome to our last video for the series of singular and plural. We have completed till rule number 9. Today we will be learning rule number 10, 11, and along with that we will be doing one practice exercise. So let's start. Let's directly go to rule number 10. So friends, here we can see we have rule number 10, which says some words completely change from singular to plural. Now, what do you mean by this? Earlier, till rule number 9, we have seen that there are some additions to the word that we add at the end of the word when we are trying to make them plural. But in rule number 10, we will see that the words will completely change. For example, the plural of man is men. The plural of mouse is mice. The plural of cactus, one plural is cacti, and there is one more plural that is cactuses. So you can use either, okay? So as I said, one is cacti and one is cactuses. So here you can notice that the word is completely changing. Man becomes men, mouse becomes mice, cactus becomes cacti or cactuses, ox becomes oxen, tooth becomes teeth. Okay, so we have ox that becomes oxen, tooth becomes teeth, foot becomes feet, and goose becomes geese. Now, this is about rule number 10, but I also would like to add something. There are many people who may remember that the word completely changes, but still they go ahead and make one mistake. And that mistake is they say men's, they say mices, or they may say mouses, they may say feets, or they may say teeths. So friends, this is completely incorrect. You need to remember the spellings, okay? Because if you don't remember the spellings, then this will be an error. So it's very important that you make sure that you remember the spellings and you do not make this mistake, okay? So that's about rule number 10. I would want you to do maximum reading and come across such words which will show you the implementation of this rule, that how a word completely changes from singular to plural, as in rule number 10. Let's go to rule number 11. It says some words do not change from singular to plural. That means it remains exactly same the way it is. So let us see: aircraft, aircraft, cattle, cattle. Okay. Then after that, we have hair. Many people make an error by saying hairs. So we don't say hairs, we just say hair. And sheep remains sheep. Okay. And fish. Now, fish, there is a possibility. One possibility of fish being plural is fish, and the second possibility is fishes. Now, how do you apply this? But before that, let us type for spacecraft. Spacecraft remains spacecraft. Okay, so that's what you have to remember. Coming back to fish and fishes, so please try to understand. For example, if you have a tank, and in that tank there are many, more than one fish of the same species. For example, you've got 10 fish of goldfish. Okay, all of them are goldfish. So at that time, you will use fish. Okay, if you have 10 goldfish in your tank, that means all the fish are of same species. So you will use 10 fish. But if you have 2 goldfish, if you have 2 angel, if you have 2 shark, if you have 2 tiger fish, okay, in that case, because there are 4 species, so now the plural will be fishes. So there is a difference in fish and fishes as plural. Fish will be for a single species and fishes will be for multiple species in the same tank or same place. So today we have seen rule number 10 as well as rule number 11. Rule number 10 says some words completely change from singular to plural. We have checked out what are the different mistakes that some people do, some students do, some learners do. And here we have seen in rule number 11 that the word completely remains same. We also checked out the difference between fish as a plural and fishes as a plural. So I request all of you to remember this, apply this, try to practice this multiple times, because if you do not practice and if you do not remember the rules, you will forget it easily. Let us move on to the next part, and the next part is the exercise. So this is the exercise that we will do, and I will help you out with it. So here we have, it was the summer of 69. The days were hot and same were the nights. The days were hot and same were the nights. Mr. Fairhall had arranged a party. Here you will use the singular form because a is always for singular. A party. He was used to throwing such parties. Now here the last letter is Y, so it changes to IES. He was used to throwing such parties. The guest list was not so long. He had invited 10. Man becomes men. And their 10 wives. The last letters are FE, which becomes WIVES, and their 10 wives. Came along with them their 20 children, CHILDREN, and not childs or not children's. It will be only children. The table was all set with 20 full plates, 40 quarter plates, but the butler forgot the spoons, SPOONS. The butler forgot the spoons. Then he came with 20 spoons, 20 forks, and 20 knives. The last letters are FEKNIVES, and 20 knives. Mr. Fairhall was a storyteller. After dinner, the night went by listening to many of his STORIES. Last letter is Y. It changes into IES, his stories. All his stories, 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 all his stories were mysteries. Mysteries. All his stories were mysteries. He was a regular reader and had 3 libraries. Last letter is Y, so it becomes libraries. He had 3 libraries in his building. His building was full with rooms. His building was full with rooms. Each room had 5 doors, and each door had 2 latches. The last letters are CH, so LATCHES, latches, 2 latches. Each door had 2 latches. This, you know now, was the test of your knowledge of singular and plural. This brings us to the end of our 5th video, which completes all the 11 rules of singular and plural. I request you to watch the videos, try to learn the rules, implement them in your studies, and all the best to all of you. Thank you very much for giving your time. You have a wonderful day ahead. Take care. Bye-bye.